Introduction. Technology acquisition is the transfer of technology with transaction expenses associated with different phases of the purchase process. It is further complicated by the multitude of viable routes for technology acquisition, which include company-wide merge and acquisition, licensing, subcontracts, alliance, cooperative, R&D, and industry university cooperation. Objective: growth that is exponential. The sheer potential for expansion is one of the primary reasons why a company would want to go through an acquisition or merger. By acquiring or integrating by asset of another company, regardless of size, your company will expand its market share. This usually results in a significant rise in sales and, as a result, profitability. Client can be extremely loyal to brand, making it significantly more difficult to recruit customers from another firm in your sector through traditional tactics. When properly handled, an acquisition or merge may help you keep your current consumer while also bringing in a large number of new ones. Increase market control, which with each firm in any particular industry holding a percentage of the market, a merger or acquisition raises the merged business's overall market share. This offers pricing teams more control over the broader market and as a consequence allows their price strategies to have a far larger impact on the industry as a whole. Acquiring and combining skills and technology. The emerging company may now have all of the expertise and technology of the two original companies. While this is not always the case owing to licensing, third parties, and employee attrition, a good purchase or merger should maximize the resources of the newly combined firms. A merge or acquisition, on the other hand, is an excellent opportunity to innovate within the sector and bring in new technology and expertise to further progress in the firm. Importance of study: creating new technique talents, expanding strategies choices, gaining efficiency advantages, adapting to a competitive environment. Economy. Economies of scope also include cost reduction obtained by reposing a certain set of skill or an asset that was previously used to manufacture a single product to produce several goods. Procter & Gamble, the consumer goods behemoth, sell a wide range of personal care and pharmaceutical items through its highly respected consumer marketing talents. Society, technology affects the way people interact, learn and think. It benefits society and influences the way those individuals related to each other. Today's civilization depends on new technologies. It has good effects as well as bad effects and will affect the daily life of human beings. We live in an era where technological advances are commonplace. The internet and cell phone are some examples. However, with the advancement of technology, there are drawbacks to everything.
Morning, I'm Arshini Shanmugam from BTech Section 1. Today I'm going to present about literature review. According to a study, the Malaysian economy snowballed from 1970 to 1977. Because industrial development is expected to continue, there has been a trend toward market-based policies. To adapt to Malaysia's quickly shifting comparative advantage and cope with increased global competition, a more pragmatic approach to policy interventions was taken and altered regional and international norms and regulations controlling trade and investment under AFTA and the WTO. As a result, there has been a broad transition from a dispersed policy approach to a more comprehensive and integrated strategy to promote industrial dynamism. Industry is an important economic sector, according for around 22% of the country's GDP over last 5 years. Malaysia is also well positioned to benefit from the future of Industry 4.0. According to the latest Readiness for the Future of Production Report 2018. Moreover, despite constant increases in manufacturing production and employment, fresh investments will be required to create the necessary infrastructure and expend resources to support the sector's continued growth. Malaysia's transformation toward a smart and contemporary manufacturing system, there is a need for a more streamlined and cohesive national agenda under which these programs and organizations can be merged. Both the government and businesses have already formed a variety of programs and organizations at the national, state, and regional levels to develop action plans to enhance the manufacturing industry. There are four elements of the National Policy on Industry 4.0, which are national goals, strategy, enablers, action plans, and strategies. The aims and targets are in line with the national vision for manufacturing sector development. Finally, the strategies and action plans will address funding and outcome-based incentives, the ecosystem and efficient digital infrastructure, the regulatory framework and industry adoption, upskilling, current and future talent, and access to smart technologies. Thank you.
I'm Jayashree Silvaraju, and I will be continuing present about analysis and idea. Based on the reading theory, I will suggest to use information available in internet about 5 organizations such as World Trade Organization, United Nations for Commerce and Trade, World Bank Organization, Asian, and also MITI. The first one is World Trade Organization. The World Trade Institution, WTO, is the sole international organization that deals with international trade rules. The WTO agreements negotiated and signed by the majority of the world trading nation and recognized by their parliament. The purpose is to assist manufacturers of goods and services as well as exporters and importers with their operations. The WTO can be viewed in a variety of ways. It's a trade opening group. Other than this, the primary purpose is to increase the well-being of people all across the world. The second one is the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, which known as UNCTAD, is a UN agency in charge of development issues, primarily in international trade. Its key areas of interest are LDCs and special programs, globalization, interdependence and development, and also international trade and commodities. These work frequently yield analysis and recommendations that can be used to guide national and international policy making processes, as well as contribute to promote of economic policies aimed at reducing global economic inequities and fostering people-centered long-term development. The third one is World Bank Group. Is an international organization dedicated to assisting developing countries in their economic development by providing finance, advice, and also research. The bank primarily serves as a development bank that assists middle and low-income countries in their effort to combat poverty. The Asian organization is aimed to meet Asians' goals and objectives at all times. To aid effective decision-making inside and among Asian bodies, the Secretary General of Asian and the Asian Secretariat will serve as a coordinating secretariat. Each member state must also select a permanent representative to communicate with the Asian Secretary General and the Asian Secretariat. The basic function of Asian Secretariat is to improve the efficiency of ASEAN organization cooperation and the effective implementation of Asian programs and activities. The last but not least is MITI. All policies affecting the nation's numerous industry is overseas trade, save for agriculture product and foods. Energy are overseen by the Ministry of International Trade and Industry. Basic Industry Bureau, Iron, Steel, Chemical, other than that, Machinery and Information Industry Bureau, and Consumer Goods and Services Industry Bureau. All these industries agencies that will deal with diverse industries, which is textile, paper, housing, and services. The function The function of MIPTI is to develop and implement industrial growth, foreign trade, and investment policies. It also has been strengthening bilateral, regional, and international trade contract and cooperation to promote and enhance Malaysia's export of high value added goods and services. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Saya Birami Selvaraja. So today I'm going to talk about analysis and idea. So we choose magazine, which is Business in Action at FMM. We choose 3 articles to do analysis and idea. First is Trend and Technologies, defining the face of manufacturing. Second is moduling and producing a high value economy. And third is, will Malaysian businesses save the world? Okay, the second article title is about molding and producing a high value economy. So, during October 31st, 2018, the Malaysian government unveiled Industry 4WRD, National Policy on Industry 4.0 to drive digital transformation of the manufacturing and related service sectors. The Industry 4WRD Summit was co-organized by FMM and the Ministry of International Trade and Industry, which is known as MITI, on October 30 and 31st, 2018. It included a conference and over 70 exhibition booths showcasing exhibitors from the 5 strategic enablers of the National Policy on Industry 4.0, which are funding, infrastructure, regulation, skills and talents, and technology. FMM also worked with MITI to support their efforts to promote the Industry 4WRD Readiness Assessment RA across the country by organizing roadshows. At major FMM events, the association offer on-the-spot RA registration. In January 2018, FMM, in collaboration with Kedah Industrial Skills and Management Development Center, which is known as KISMEC, and Malaysia Automotive Robotics and IoT Institute, MARI, held 6 hands-on classes on the foundation of Industry 4.0. In August 2017, a TVET Empowerment Cabinet Committee was formed, which developed strategies and recommendations to lay the groundwork of the future. It is made up of the TVET Empower Cabinet Committee, Technical, which is led by the private sector and chaired by the President of FMM. As part of the Shared Prosperity 2030 National Agenda, the committee hopes to increase the country's skills workforce from 25 to 35 in order for Malaysia to achieve its vision of TVET for a skilled workforce by 2030. Okay, first article is about trends and technologies defining the face of the manufacturing. There are 3 types of trends and technology that we at every manufacturing should know, which is 5G, edge computing, and also predictive maintenance. 5G. The technology is expected to accelerate the development and deployment of the Internet of Things by providing the infrastructure required to carry massive amounts of data, making smart cities a reality. The manufacturing sector in particular would benefit greatly from high-speed connectivity as more businesses for automation and big data analytics. The factories of the future will rely heavily on sensor technology, and they will prominently feature connected tools that use data to guide the workforce tasks. 5G network also provides opportunities for new revenue streams to be created. Second is edge computing. With the deployment of Internet of Things (IoT) devices and the arrival of 5G fast wireless, edge computing is making a case for placing compute and analytics close to where data is created. Edge gateways themselves are considered edge devices within an edge computing infrastructure. Rather than relying on a central location thousands of miles away, edge computing brings computation and data storage closer to the source of the data. This will prevent latency issues from affecting the performance of a real-time data. Consider devices that monitor manufacturing equipment on factory floor, while a single device producing data can easily transmit across a network. Problem arise when the number of devices transmitting data at the same time increase. Companies also can save money by processing data locally rather than centrally or in the cloud. Edge computing will benefit applications that require fast processing and response, such as virtual and augmented reality, self-driving cars, smart cities, and even building automation systems. Third is predictive maintenance. Effective equipment maintenance is important to any manufacturer's success. Predictive maintenance enables manufacturers to optimize maintenance tasks in real time, thereby extending the life of their machinery and minimizing disruption to their operation. Predictive maintenance for Industry 4.0 is a method of preventing asset failure by analyzing production data to identify patterns and predict issues before they occur. Manufacturers must gain insights into the variables they are collecting and how frequently certain variable behaviors occur on the factory floor in order to build an effective predictive maintenance model. Manufacturers must also make decisions about lead time as the closer the machine is allowed to fail, the more accurate the prediction. Okay, Article 3 is about will Malaysian businesses save the world? So the SDGs, which is known as Sustainable Development Goals, provide direction for the type of market and economy that the world is likely to see in the next 10 to 15 years. The SDGs will direct global public and private investment towards the challenges they represent, as well as opportunities for firms that can provide innovative solutions. This include the replacement of conventionally manufactured products and processes with novel solutions that reduce emissions and waste. Second is technologies to advance production and use of clean and renewable energy, particularly as the cost of such technologies fall and the incremental cost after the initial payback period are extremely low. And third is meeting the needs of a large and untapped market for products and services that can improve the lives of half of the world's population who lack access to affordable nutrition, healthcare, education, energy, finance, and information and communication technology. So the companies should assess the positive and negative impact of their businesses activities on the SDGs across the value chain. This will aid in determining where positive impacts can be scaled up and negative impacts can be addressed or avoided. Following that, specific, measurable, and time-bound sustainability goals will be established to define shared priorities and drive performance across the organization. Company also should choose KPIs to serve as the foundation for driving, monitoring, and communicating progress.
Okay, I'm Muhammad Faris bin Khairul Rizwan. My metro number is B06201072. Okay, just now I want to talk about conclusion. Okay, conclusion. The technology acquisition is the transfer of technology with transaction expenses associated with different pace of the purchase process. Introducing new technology can give organization with the opportunity to produce new goods and access new market. This paper attempt to assist organization in exploring various possibilities and understanding the exchange that may be required. Acquiring technology and knowledge entails purchasing foreign knowledge and technology without actively collaborating with the source. There are several methods for acquiring technology. including licensing, contracting out R&D, and collaborating with other companies and academic groups. The European Commission, Reinheitler, Viergeler, and Bruno Cassiman classify organization technology sourcing decision into two main categories. The next one is the goals and advantage of merge and acquisition and are numerous. They can be used to boost their combined strength or eliminated a competitor or danger within their sector. There are several advantages to offset the possible disadvantage as well as what to look out for from it. When properly handled, an acquisition or merger may help you keep your current consumer while also bringing in a large number of new ones prior to the merge or acquisition. A pricing team can examine the pricing method from which consumer benefit from other firms and design a stronger overall pricing plan. Thank you.